What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with my Amazon Fire HD8 2020 10th generation review. So let's get started. So I'd like to clarify, this is not the Fire HD8 Plus. This is the regular Fire HD8, but this is the new 10th generation 2020 model. Now, if you want to see my review of the Plus, I have that already here on the channel, and I also have a dedicated comparison video between this device and the Plus. So I have everything here for you. So if you are trying to figure out which tablet is exactly the best for you, then just go through my catalog of videos here on the channel, and I'm pretty sure that you'll find a question to every single answer that you might have. But with all that said, let's get into the review. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that prices are always changing, so definitely take a look at the link in the video description to see the most up-to-date pricing. But at launch, this device is being offered for $89.99. Now, that's for the variant with the special offers. Essentially, you get these ads on the lock screen, and it'll advertise different apps, services, and different things that you can install onto the tablet. Sometimes you'll also see advertisements for different products that you could buy, but essentially every time you go to the lock screen, you can see here's another one here for this service called Goodreads. So in my opinion, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't really get in the way at all of using the device. And sometimes the advertisements on here actually promote services that interest me. So it ends up being helpful, but it really just depends. Now, you do have the option to get the tablet without the special offers, but you do have to spend an extra $15. However, if you buy the variant with the special offers, but then you decide after maybe a week or a month or a year that you want to get rid of the special offers, you can spend the $15 after the fact to get those removed. So I feel like buying the special offer variant of the tablet is the way to go because you can't go wrong either way. And again, based off my personal experience, I feel like the special offers really are not annoying and oftentimes are actually helpful. Now, this device features an 8-inch display. The resolution on here is 1280 by 800, so it's definitely not the best looking display ever, but it's also not bad looking either. I do have the brightness up to 100% for this video, but in general, I'm totally happy with the display quality. You're getting a PPI here of 189, so again, nothing too special, but you have to remember that this is a budget tablet. Now, the device does feature a 2 megapixel front-facing camera. We also have a 2 megapixel camera on the back as well. And these cameras really have limited functionality in the sense that you're not going to be getting the best quality with them. But at least with the front camera, it does come in handy for video calls. So definitely if you are looking to do video calls, it will get the job done. But for anything else beyond that, I would say that you will be very disappointed. But that makes sense because again, this is a very budget product. Now, this variant of the tablet features 32 gigabytes of internal storage. You can also get it with 64 gigs, but that will cost you $30 extra. In addition to that, we're getting microSD card expansion with the tablet, so you can buy a microSD card, put it in the tablet, and then expand the storage. I personally recommend going that route because you'll be able to get a lot more extra storage, and it's also going to cost you a lot less. Now, one of the differences with the Fire HD8 compared to the Fire HD8 Plus is that this tablet does not have wireless charging. But we'll save all that good stuff for the comparison, but I just want to make it clear that there is no wireless charging with this device. There's also no face unlock, so you do have to use a PIN code if you do want to have some sort of security. Now, internally, we're getting 2 gigabytes of RAM and the MediaTek MT8168 processor. Now, I did run a benchmark test here with the device, and I'll show you the score right now. And it's certainly nothing special. I got a score of 90360, so certainly nothing too impressive there. But overall, I'm happy with the performance of the tablet. Of course, my expectations are not too high either due to the price, but it certainly does get the job done. This tablet is definitely meant for content consumption and not content creation. So if you are looking for a tablet that you can use for video editing, for example, or maybe you're trying to create music, then you should certainly look into a higher end device like the iPad Pro instead. But that's going to cost you about 5 to 10 times more than this tablet does. And 2 gigs of RAM for an Android tablet certainly isn't anything too special either. But like I said, if you're using this to watch movies, maybe purchase things on Amazon, maybe to read books, or even browse the web, it is adequate and it is certainly usable. Now, if you are going to record video with either the front or rear cameras on this device, you are limited at 720p, so keep that in mind. Now, the device will give you up to 12 hours of battery life, which is pretty awesome. So if you are looking to use this as a travel companion, I always recommend traveling with a power bank, but you are going to be able to get quite a bit of battery life just off of the actual battery itself without any sort of charging. Now, the software on here is Fire OS 7, so this is based off of Android, but there are quite a few limitations, and it's really designed to focus on Amazon's various services. So you'll be able to access pretty much everything in the Amazon ecosystem with this tablet. And that's definitely great news for somebody like me, for example, because I love Amazon's various services. For example, I enjoy Audible. I use that quite a bit. Amazon Prime Video is another service that I use quite often as well. And once you sign in with your Amazon account, all of those various services that you're either subscribed to or maybe books that you've purchased, different things like that will load up here on the device so you can immediately begin consuming that content. The biggest software limitation with the Fire HD8 is that there is no Google Play Store. So unlike all the other Android tablets out there, you do not get the Play Store with this, so you might miss out on certain applications. For example, the Google Play services are completely absent from this device. Now you can access many of those services through the browser on here, and I know that there are some workarounds that you could technically put the Google Play Store on here, but that's not something that I recommend. And if you really think that you're going to be using the Play Store quite often, then I would definitely go for a different product. Now, the good news though is that Amazon's App Store actually features quite a few applications that the majority of people out there use. So for example, you can get Instagram, Facebook, Netflix, Disney Plus, those are all in the Amazon App Store. And I definitely recommend that prior to purchasing this device, that you go onto Amazon and you can actually search on the website for the various apps that are in the App Store. So for example, if you are wondering if Instagram is available for this tablet, you can just go on Amazon, search up Instagram, and you'll see it there. So that's definitely a good way to know if your favorite applications are available for you. Another situation where I could see this tablet being helpful is maybe as a starter tablet. Maybe you're not willing to spend $300 or more on an iPad right now, and you just want to get an idea of whether or not you would even use a tablet. So if you buy this at under $100 and you find yourself using it quite often, then you'll at least know that you could justify spending more money on an iPad or a more premium tablet because you already know that the tablet form factor comes in handy. Everybody's different, everybody uses social media and the internet and all that stuff in totally different ways, so it just depends on your lifestyle specifically for whether or not a tablet would actually be useful. Now the good news though is that this 8-inch display is certainly big enough where it is a dramatic improvement over a smartphone display. I know that with smartphones, displays are getting bigger and bigger all the time, but you're certainly getting a lot more screen real estate here with this device compared to really any smartphone out there. And that's one of the reasons why I think this is definitely a much better choice compared to the Fire 7, because I feel like the 7-inch display is almost a bit too small. And while there are benefits with also getting the 10-inch Fire HD 10, I feel like the 8-inch is nice because it is still decently portable, but you're still getting a display here that's big enough where there are solid benefits versus just using your smartphone. But taking a closer look at the hardware here, you can see this is the tablet in the white color. The tablet is available in a variety of other colors as well, but definitely take a look at the link in the video description to see those colors as the availability always changes. So check that out on your own, but I think it looks pretty nice. Taking a look at the front panel here, I already talked quite a bit about this. Of course, we have the 2 megapixel front facing camera. We do have some bezels around the sides, but I do appreciate that there's nice symmetry on all sides. And I know that part of the reason why the bezels are here is because it is a low budget device. But another benefit of these bezels is that when you're using the tablet, it does give you a place to hold on to without actually putting your fingers in the way of the display. So I think overall it does feature a very nice practical form factor. Now taking a look at the left side of the device, we do have dual speakers here. So we are getting stereo speakers, which is pretty interesting. On the right side, there is just the slot for the micro SD card. On the top, we have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. We have the USB-C port for charging and data transfer. So this tablet and the Plus are the first two Fire HD8 tablets to feature USB-C. Better late than never, I suppose, and always a nice thing to see. We also have the microphone, we have the power button, and the volume buttons. Then on the bottom of the tablet, there is nothing. Now, one of the strange design cues of this device, and I already mentioned this quite a bit in my Fire HD8 Plus review because it's the same exact form factor, but I understand in some ways why they have the speakers all on one side of the tablet, and that's because if you are watching a video in landscape, then you are getting downward firing speakers. But then if you put the device this way, then your front-facing camera is on the bottom. So that's kind of strange, and I know there's a lot of people out there that also like to watch video content or listen to music with their device in the portrait orientation, and if you do that, then all your audio is going to be coming out of just one side. So I don't think it's worth nitpicking, especially when this device is as inexpensive as it is, but that is kind of an interesting thing to see there. I did notice that there were some other reviews about this tablet, and everyone completely has their right to their own opinion, but I saw one review where the reviewer was saying that this tablet feels like one giant ad for the various Amazon services. And yes, to an extent that is true. Even without the special offers, you are going to get bombarded with different suggestions for different services, magazines that they want to sell to you, different things like that. But these are all things that if you do decide to buy them, it will give you more usability with your tablet. So I feel like one of the reasons why this is being offered for such an inexpensive price is because they are counting on you purchasing items within the Amazon ecosystem, whether that's just a one-time purchase of like a magazine or a book, or a subscription to a service like Audible. The point is that they want you to get this tablet, dive into things, and then start buying things. And that's how they're able to offer this for such a good price. Now, Instagram does work very well with the tablet. Nice, smooth scrolling here. You can also pinch to zoom, so that does work nice and well. You can also go through your various stories, see what everyone's up to with that. So you can load up your stories, check that out. You can also swipe over and record your own stories as well with the tablet. Of course, it might not be the best quality out there ever, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Microphone quality is also pretty decent here with the tablet, so that's good to see. Of course, I wouldn't record like a studio album with this, with the microphones on here, but they're not bad. In the future, so definitely take a look at the link in the video description to see the most up-to-date pricing. Now let's open this up and see what we get. So the first thing in the box is of course the phone itself. We're gonna put that on. So this is definitely a solid device for video consumption. I have a feeling that if you do decide to buy it, that's probably what you'll end up using it for, at least most of the time. And really, I am a big fan of the speakers on here. It's nice that we are getting dual stereo speakers, and in general, it's a very nice, smooth experience. Even going on YouTube through the web browser is perfectly fine and nice and convenient. They definitely have a nice mobile site, so it does work well with the tablet. And technically, even though the display resolution on here is less than 1080p, you can watch videos at 1080p. So when you do order the tablet, you are gonna get it in a box that looks similar to this one. You don't get too much in the box. I mean, you get everything that you need, that's for sure. But basically, you get a wall adapter and you get a USB-C cable, and that's it. So there's the USB-C cable. Here is the wall adapter, and it is a 5-watt wall adapter, by the way. So in conclusion, is the Amazon Fire HD8 2020 model 10th generation worth buying? I definitely think this is a nice improvement over the previous generation. And of course, you're not going to get record-breaking specifications. This is certainly not the fastest tablet out there, and you do indeed get what you pay for. But in general, I feel like it does fully deliver on what's advertised, and I am satisfied with it. So I definitely recommend it. Also check out my comparison between this one and the Fire HD8 Plus. But really, both of those tablets are great options. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the tablet, and I will see you in the next one.